Hey there, I'm Apple Crider from Investing Simple. Today we're providing an in-depth review of the online trading app Moomoo. And we're going to be diving into my phone to give you a full rundown of how the app works and what you need to know if you're thinking about signing up for the app. Now, don't let the name deceive you. Moomoo is actually one of the most advanced stock trading apps on the market, as you're going to see when we actually dive in. Moomoo is actually quite well established as well. Even though they are a newer brokerage, they are a subsidiary of Futu Holdings, which is the largest online brokerage in Asia, but Moomoo is actually headquartered itself in Silicon Valley. Now, the app is really tailored at people who find Robinhood way too simplistic and are looking for more advanced research tools and data to make trading decisions. However, that being said, for brand new traders, the app might feel a little bit overwhelming because there's a lot of data and it's not quite as user-friendly or simplistic as an app like Robinhood is. But enough talking, let's dive into my phone and show you exactly how the app works. And before we do, if at any point you decide you want to sign up for Moomoo, there is a link down below in the description and the pinned comment where you can sign up and get up to 4 free stocks, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. So here we are in my Moomoo account, and let's break down exactly what's going on. So the first thing that I want to mention is that Moomoo is a completely commission-free brokerage. As you would come to expect at this point, there are no commissions charged on transactions with Moomoo. Now that includes options. A lot of online brokers will still charge a commission for trading options, but there is no trading commission for options, stocks, ETFs, or anything on the Moomoo platform. In addition to what you would come to expect on these platforms, again like stocks and ETFs and options, Moomoo also offers bonds as well as short selling and transacting on margin, which makes it one of the most all-encompassing apps that you're going to find out there. Most apps don't let you actually trade bonds, so that is a big plus for Moomoo if you are someone who is looking to diversify your portfolio into bonds as well as stocks. So looking at our watch list here, one of the first things that we'll notice if we tap into a company, let's say we're going to go into Apple, is that you do have access to level 2 market data for free. That means you're going to have access to more data on the bid and the ask price of various stocks. So as you can see, as we scroll through here, there is a lot of data. I mean, if you compare this interface to the Robinhood interface, you're gonna see that they are very, very different. So you've really got a ton of flexibility here between changing the date, so we can look at just the 1-day chart, we can look at the week, we can look at the month, and we can also, I mean, there's so many different like lines and whatnot on here that we can adjust, that we can change, that we can look at the average cost line, we can take away different things, and you can really have a ton of customization on this, okay? And then down here, we can see the bid and the ask price for the stock. We can see the transactions that are going on right now because the market is actually open. We can see a lot more statistics down here on the profit ratio, the average cost, the support, the pressure, etc. So if you are an active trader and you really rely on technical analysis, there's a lot that you can do with Moomoo, okay? Like there aren't very many apps that allow you to do the things that Moomoo allows you to do. Most of this stuff usually has to be done on the desktop, but if you are someone who's trading on your phone and like really trying to get deep in the data, like Moomoo is one of the best platforms out there for that, okay? And then within this one stock, just within Apple, you can see different comments because Moomoo also has a social aspect to it. So in addition to being able to transact, you can also participate in conversations with other investors on the platform. So as you can see here, these are all the messages that are going on that have to do with Apple stock. You can also see the news that has to go with Apple stock. And there's also, I really like this feature, okay? There's a kind of a metric or a bar here that represents how the news stories generally are looking at the particular company. So as you can see here, it's kind of skewing to the side of pessimistic rather than optimistic when it comes to Apple, but you can look at any different company and for the current day, for the current time frame, see how analysts and how the reporters are generally viewing the stock. Now diving deeper into analysis, we can see a whole bunch of indicators and a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not gonna, I mean, I could take hours just going through these statistics for Apple, so we're not going to spend any more time on that. You can also transact on options here. Personally, I don't have permission because I haven't requested that yet, but if you do want to trade options, you can do that very easily. Look at the financials, etc. So that's just one company, and that's just the watch list, okay? So there's clearly a ton of data on Moomoo, okay? And that's why I said it can be like drinking from a fire hose because there is so much going on this platform that if you're used to something like Robinhood, this could be a huge jump for you and you might need to ease yourself into it over time. Whereas if you're someone who's been active trading for a while, this might not be anything new and these might just be exactly what you're looking for when it comes to an online trading app. All right, so now let's dive over to the Markets tab, and I'm going to show you a couple more things that I think are pretty interesting here. So the first of which is the Futu rating. So like I said, Moomoo is a subsidiary of Futu Holdings, and so Futu puts out these ratings on different companies, which you can see here. So the trade heat is kind of like the thing that they're putting out here, and that kind of gives you an idea of what the trading velocity is of these particular investments on the platform. So if things are really heating up, there's a lot of people trading them, and there's a lot of hype with these particular companies. And if the heat is going down, then you can tell that the company is not as popular right now and people aren't trading it as much. So that's an interesting thing to look at if you're looking for companies that are very liquid and that are really coming into favor right now. Additionally, there is a stock screener on Moomoo, so you can really screen through a ton of different metrics on here. Let's just say we want to look at US companies on the NASDAQ that are up anywhere from 2% to 5% on the day, and that are looking at market cap of over 100 billion. And we'll just check the results, okay? And so as we can see here, there are 33 stocks that meet our criteria, and the loading has failed. Here we go, risk reminder, we got it. So you can see here, these are the companies that meet our criteria of being up 2 to 5% on the day that are relatively large companies. So we got a lot of banks in here and whatnot. So there's a lot you can do in terms of a stock screener. Again, that's pretty straightforward. If you've ever used a stock screener before, you're pretty familiar, but a lot of apps like Robinhood don't have access to one of these, and it's a great way to sift through thousands of companies in a matter of seconds to find the ones that exactly align with your trading strategy. So that's all well and good, but now let's actually get into the trading screen. So what we've got here is my assets. It says 0 right now. I've put some money in here, but it hasn't quite settled yet. So we'll go to brokerage account. As you can see, I've got $100 in buying power right there. And if you want to transact, you can transact in the US market, the Hong Kong market, or the Chinese market. We'll stick with US for now. If we want to make a transaction, we'll go to trading. We will look for the symbol of the company that we want to trade. So let's say we want to look for Ford. Go to Ford, we can see the price is $9.41. We can see, again, the level 2 data down here with the bid and the ask. And then we can, if we want to trade, you actually have to unlock your trading screen. So there's a 6-digit passcode that you have to make up so that nobody else can get on your account and start trading. They have to have your passcode. So that's what that's all about. And we can set what kind of transaction we want to do, whether we want to do a limit order, whether we want to do a market order, conditional orders, etc. Very, very straightforward there in terms of transacting. We can say how many quantities we want, and we can say when we want the order to be executed. So as you can see, that's all pretty straightforward in terms of actually trading stocks. You can see a history of your transactions on here as well as the fund details. So that's all pretty straightforward. Now let's talk about the sign up bonus since we are here. So if you sign up with the link down below, you will get access to the sign up bonus. And let's talk about what that actually looks like. So if you deposit $100 into the app, you're going to get 1 free stock. Okay, if you deposit $1,500, you're going to get a second free stock. And if you deposit up to $5,000, then you're going to get 4 free stocks on the Moomoo platform. And these stocks are going to be valued anywhere from $10 all the way up to a couple $1,000s on the high end. So there's a lot of volatility in what kinds of stocks you can get. It is based on a lottery system though, so you do not get to choose, they do not get to choose. It is a random drawing that is going to determine what stocks you get. Now, honestly, I'm kind of a free stock junkie, so I am definitely going to be putting up to $5,000 into this account over the next couple weeks to score those 4 free stocks just to see if I might get lucky and get something pretty valuable. So that's the trading screen. Let's move on to the news. As you can see here, there are a couple different categories of news that you can look through, the first of which is the headlines. So these are kind of like broad market as a whole, what is happening and what things should you be aware of. So that's pretty straightforward. Express is going to get you a really succinct kind of summary of what's going on and really just like the short, snappy bites of things that you need to know about the market. So these are very, very nice just to get you really quick updates on things that are happening, big news. Watch list related. So if you add stocks to your watch list, the news stories related to those stocks is going to show up here. So as you can see, my watch list is mostly tech companies. So we're getting a lot of tech news here, but they also give you the logo of the company on the right side of the screen, which is super nice. So you don't even have to read to figure out which news articles are related to the companies you actually care about. And then special reports. These are all pretty relevant as well, depending on what kind of investing you're looking to do. And then on the calendar here, this is really nice. You're going to get a full calendar of all of the events that are relevant to the companies on your watch list so that you can keep up to date with those earnings calls and things of that nature. So this is all super useful to you and really helps at aggregating all the information that's important to you in one centralized location. Now let's move on to the Moo tab. So the Moo tab is the social aspect of Moomoo. Okay, this is where you're going to interact and chat with other traders if you want to do so. You don't obviously have to do so, but it can be cool to see what other people are thinking and connect based on shared interests. So we're met here with the main stream of information. This is just kind of random stuff that people are posting that it's kind of sorted by recency. So as you can see here, the top posts here are only 45 minutes ago. You can see hot stocks up top, and over here you can go to the followers tab. So if you decide to follow people, they're going to show up over here and you can get their information and their posts all in one place. Under streams though, you can see that up top we've got these popular stocks, and if you click into these, you can see the feed of information happening with those particular stocks. As you can see here, this is the feed associated with XPEV. So that's all pretty nice. You can get a lot of cool information there. And if you want to post something yourself, you'll just click on this, you'll say moments, and you'll just start typing away. So that is all well and good. And now the last tab is the Me tab. So this is where you can find your personal stuff. You can see your free stocks over here. The promotion center, they've always got a couple different promotions going on. So right now, they've got commission-free Hong Kong stock trading, which personally I will never use, but if you do want to invest in those markets, you can do so. And you can actually invite friends and earn free stock as well. So once you sign up for the app, you can refer more people and you guys can just keep getting those free stocks, which again, like I said, huge free stock junkie, so I'm all about that. There's also a paper trading feature with Moomoo, which is super nice. That means you can trade basically fake money. So they give you $1 million of fake cash that you can invest in the market. So as you can see right here, $1 million US, and then you can just start placing trades. Say we want to buy some Apple. You can just place these trades, buy some Apple, buy a couple different shares, and you can just practice your trading, get familiarized with the Moomoo platform, and really just become a better trader through that paper trading feature. Now, one thing that's also worth talking about with Moomoo is the relatively short track record. So like I said, this is a relatively new company, even though they're owned or a subsidiary of Futu Holdings, which is again the largest online broker in Asia. They are a relatively new company, Moomoo is, and so you do need to keep that in mind when you're using the platform. Now, overall, Moomoo is a highly advanced trading platform that offers all of the tools and data that you could ask for when it comes to a mobile-first broker. If you're finding Robinhood or other trading apps too simplistic, Moomoo could be a great option for you to get those advanced features that you're looking for and really go deeper into your investments all in one centralized location, rather than having to piece together things from Robinhood and things from other apps and websites and whatnot into one place. You can get that all with Moomoo in a centralized spot. That being said, they do have a relatively short track record when compared with larger online brokers like Fidelity, Vanguard, and Schwab, and even compared to investing apps like Robinhood. They haven't been around as long as many of these other players. However, they do have the backing of Asia's largest online broker, so it's very unlikely that they'll be going anywhere anytime soon. And if they do, your money is insured and your investments are insured by the SIPC, which means that up to $500,000 of your investments will be protected in the event that the company does have problems. Plus, it is free to sign up. You get up to 4 free stocks just for making an account and putting some money in there. So in my opinion, it's more than worth it to sign up, get your free stocks, and then figure out if it's worth it to you to continue using the platform. Now, if you do want to learn more about Moomoo, we have a fully comprehensive review on our website, investingsimple.com, and the best way to find that is to go to Google, type in Moomoo review, and click on Investing Simple. We will see you over there.